Hey, everybody, and welcome to True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. This is Katie Weaver, and I'm here with my sister and partner in crime and co host, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well. I just watched the funniest thing I'm going to tell you guys about, but before,
Oh,
before I tell you that, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. We're having a potential coronavirus outbreak in my house, and well, I mean, I guess it's not potential. My son has it for sure,
Yeah,
and I don't know. Maybe I'm getting it. It's very possible,
yeah, we don't like
but
that.
it's gonna be okay. It's gonna
Oh,
be all
yeah,
right. I had already shopped for Thanksgiving, and we have plenty of groceries in the house, and we have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and we're just gonna be just fine.
yeah. Well, and I can always drop things off on your porch.
Right, there you go.
Because so far we're holding steady at my house.
I
Our
know.
little sister's family, everyone in her house has it right
Yeah.
now. And now it looks like maybe it's going to sweep you guys, but
Mhm.
so far we're holding strong, so we can be
Good.
the errand family.
Yes.
Yeah,
We'll let you know if we have an emergency and have to have something, but
right.
I think we're doing okay.
Good. Yeah, stupid corona. We're so
Yeah.
sick of it.
It's so bad here.
Oh,
My county went critical today.
yeah.
It's everywhere. I mean, we're just kind of at a point where it's almost impossible to not get it.
Yeah.
And so I just think, well, my son said, well, at least it'll be over Thanksgiving and not Christmas. I said, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I figure it'll be a rough week and then people will start swinging up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So, we're just gonna we're lucky we got our one of our local hospitals now has the monoclonal antibodies treatment.
Yeah.
And, me with my weird immune system, it's possible I might need something like that. And if I do, I can get it, which is great.
Yeah.
So
Yep, ours does too, and I had the same thought. Yep.
yeah.
But, it is what it is. Yeah, it's really bad here, and where I
Mm.
live, good lord, I live in a town of anti-maskers and people
Oh my
who,
goodness.
still think this is some kind of hoax and, all the stuff, even though our numbers are just through the freaking roof. But
They are.
last night, our city council was deliberating on passing a mask mandate, a stricter one than we have because
Mhm.
the one we have isn't being followed very well at all. And they anyway, they had their meeting and it was a closed door meeting because right now that's kind of how these meetings are. They're on Zoom
Right.
and 200 people, which that might not be big for your town, but for mine it's big enough.
Oh,
200
yeah.
people mobbed outside the city council, outside of town hall, having an absolute ugly fit. The council
Yeah.
people had to be escorted inside, which is just so weird for here. And it was so upsetting. And then they had a live mic. I'm not sure how that worked. I watched part of the
Oh,
meeting and
yeah.
I was appalled at the way these people were yelling at the city council members, calling them names, making threats that we're peaceful now, but we won't be if blah blah blah. Oh my god,
You
it was
know,
completely bonkers. But
I'm really
200
surprised they
people not
tolerated
wearing
it.
masks. What's that?
I'm really surprised they tolerated it because in
Me
Idaho Falls,
too.
where I live, a little bit bigger city, they would have had the chief of police on the phone and had that taken care of. Like, they put up with it. It was
Mhm.
really weird.
It
It was
was ugly. It was ugly. Well, Mars and I drove over there, and stayed far away and wearing masks, I just wanted to see what it was looking like over there. And it's
yeah.
what I figured when we were there, they were chanting liberty or death. No shit.
And I guess they were choosing death. I mean, is that what they were like, is that what you're trying to say here?
I don't know. And
It's
look,
so
I
weird.
don't it's not a political thing to me. It's just a health thing. But
Right.
anyway, so crazy. But I have to tell you what I saw tonight that just absolutely killed me.
Mm.
So I saw a video on Facebook by Funny or Die
Mhm.
that is this is all a parody, but of course it's a new French product on the market. Uh
Oh, I saw
did
it.
you see this? That this is the way to get men to finally look you in the eye and take you seriously in the office. And they are sets of little titties that you paste to your forehead. And it was a scream. I
Oh,
absolutely
funny.
died laughing. And they have them in all different skin tones and all different, like, little saggy ones and little perky ones and large ones. And oh my God, I could just die laughing.
Yeah,
It was
all the
so
different
funny.
shapes
The
really
different shape.
cracked me
Yeah.
up. Yeah, it was super, super funny. I saw that. I
Mm.
needed that, hilarity
Uh-huh.
today. So
Yeah.
that was pretty great.
Yeah. They said something like we have a shape to fit every size or something like that. It's so funny.
Oh,
I
very,
love
very
it.
clever.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Seeing so many of you guys in the chat, just want to welcome you all. Probably won't call you
Yeah.
out by name because there's a bunch of you, but thanks so much for being here. So this is, of course, the psychic hour. So we are
Yeah.
going to do some readings. We're going to do a healing circle first.
Mhm.
And so before we do that, I do want to give you, oh, JR said she came into the chat. What are you talking about?
Forehead boobs. That is what we are talking
Forehead
about.
boobs. Yes.
You heard it correct.
Hmm. Yeah. Go to Funny or Die on Facebook and find it. They were so funny. Anyway, but so we're going to do a healing circle, and then we'll do some readings tonight too. But we wanted to share a little bit about what a healing circle is and
Yeah.
why we're doing it. But I I don't know how clear we've been about this, but Kristi and I and our Kristi's wife Rhonda and our sister Kara, the four of us owned a healing center and metaphysical store for 10 years. And during that time, we sold it 3 years ago to move to more online work. And when we had our store, we started teaching Reiki. Kristi started teaching Reiki early on, and we had a lot of Reiki students and people who really wanted to have more opportunities to practice energy work. And so we formed a monthly healing circle. And so it was free, and people from the community would just come and we'd give them an opportunity to put anything in the circle that they wanted to. And then we would hold hands and do energy work together. So some people would pray, some people would just send love from their heart, some people would do whatever energy modality they had. But basically we were holding the highest and best intentions for whatever was put in the group. And people might put an ill family member or their financial situation or a pet or their job or whatever. It didn't matter, but people would put you know whatever they wanted in the circle, and just by speaking it out loud to the group, and then we'd do our work. And we did those every single month for 10 years. We did a lot of healing circles, and it was
We did
awesome.
we did a lot. We did more than 100
Yep.
in the time that we had healing hands. Yeah.
Yeah. So that became a thing that was, beloved in our community and that we loved. And in our online work, because of course, during all this time, we were also doing psychic radio. We also would do these on the over the air as well. And so the
Mhm.
idea of a healing circle is basically it's collectively coming together to do some work. So that's what it's about. So we had thought we'd do a healing circle tonight that was more about helping to heal the planet and everyone who is suffering right now, be it from COVID or from financial problems or anything else. Uh, while I've got you in the circle, I will give you an opportunity to say or speak anything into the circle that you want to. So, if there's anything else you want to add, you're welcome to do that. Um, I'm going to start us actually with a little bit of singing bowl work. Since we
Mm.
can't smudge you all, we'll do some singing bowl work instead to get all clean and clear before we start into that work. But Kristi, before we
Nice.
do that, is there anything you want to say or add to that?
No, that's exactly it. That's wonderful. And we have loved doing healing circles. We've seen some pretty miraculous things come out of healing circles over the years, actually. So it's one of my
Yeah.
favorite things because, sometimes things really shift after one of these.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, and of course, we'll make healing circles a regular part of our work here on the Psychic Hour. We'll probably do one once a month with you guys,
Yeah.
so you can kind of be thinking about that. If you have things you want to add to that circle, you'll be ready.
for sure. And feel
So
free to type them in the chat if you want to. You don't have to, but if you'd like to share them,
absolutely.
please
Yep.
do.
Yep. Throw everything in the chat room that you'd like. It helps for everybody to read the requests of others so that you know what you're holding in your heart when we go into this work.
Yeah.
So it is like a guided meditation. I'm going to, in a few minutes, I'll ask you guys to just, sit quietly with us and just allow yourself to go through the process. It'll be like a visualization. So that's what's going to happen. But we're going to do a little bit of singing bowl work first. So I do have, so this bowl is, it's in the note of C. This is a Tibetan singing bowl. And it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a root chakra bowl. That's the note of C, is for the root. But for our purposes, it doesn't matter. We're just going to clear. So I'm going to play the bowl. All you have to do is hold the intention. We're going to allow the frequency of the singing bowl to absorb any energy that you're carrying that isn't serving your highest and best purpose. Very simple, right? So
Mhm.
you just sit with the bowl and breathe with it and allow the frequency of the singing bowl to clear away anything that isn't serving your highest and best purpose. So we'll do that now.
Be prepared. This is going to be a little loud.
It's a little loud. Yep. Okay. Very good. Okay. All righty. So now we can go ahead and start. All right. So go ahead and close your eyes and sit with me here. Let's take a few deep breaths to get grounded and centered. Very good. Now, I would like you to picture yourself walking through the forest, walking on a path. It's warm, but not hot. The sun is shining. You can feel the crunch under your feet of the pine needles. You can smell the pine sap. In just a moment, I'm going to be counting backward from 10 to 1. As I do so, you will be walking down the path, getting deeper and deeper into your spirit with every step you take. By the time I reach 1, you will have reached a clearing, a meadow, where others are gathering, a sacred place of unconditional love where we will gather together to do our sacred work tonight. Starting now with 10, walking down the path, feeling comfortable and confident. 9, 8, 7, getting deeper and deeper into your spirit with every step you take. 6, 5, walking down the path. 4, 3. Almost there now. You can see the opening coming up in front of you now. 2 and 1. Step out now into the meadow. You can see others in the center gathering, and you can see other people stepping off of their paths and into this clearing. Walk to the center now. You'll see me there and Kristi and others. This is a place of unconditional love and of peace where we can gather at any time. As we are all assembling together now, go ahead and take the hands of those around you, forming a circle. At this time, I would like you to speak anything into the circle that you would like healing with. Please do that now. Very good. I would also ask you to hold high in your thoughts comfort and healing for all those that are suffering, be it from COVID or other illness or anything else. And now it's time to do our work. You may consider praying or sending love from your heart or practicing an energy modality if you have one. We are one, working together for the highest and best of all those that we are working on behalf of tonight. Let's go ahead and do that work together now. So much powerful energy moving through this group. So much important work happening tonight. Just another minute now. Very good. Let's finish up. Okay. In just a few moments, I'll be counting forward from 1 to 5. When I do, starting at 1, you'll still be very deep in your spirit. By the time I reach 5, you'll be wide awake and refreshed. You'll remember everything you experienced in this circle. You'll remember how to come back here anytime you choose. Say your goodbyes now, knowing you can come back anytime you want. And knowing that you were a part of some very important and sacred work today. Now, go ahead and walk back to your path. And starting with 1, step back out into the forest, onto the trail, very deep in your spirit now. 2, getting lighter. 3, lighter still. 4, almost there. And 5, wide awake and refreshed. Okay, big stretch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure I was coming back.
I know. I just stay there for a while.
Right?
Stretch really good. Move your body. Let some out-of-body work. So you want to move yourself a little bit, take a drink, do a couple of things to just pull yourself back into your space.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Thank you.
You bet. This is a powerful crew. That was good work.
Mm-hmm. It sure was.
Yeah. So thanks you guys for being involved in that. And if you want to ask any questions or talk about that, we can do that now, and then we can move on to some readings as well. But that started like a big pillar in the center of that circle of light that I felt like just kind of almost like dominoes spread through every single person in that group, and then just exploded out from there and wash, the earth with
down everywhere that it needed to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved it.
Really good. Okay.
It's like lots of people in the chat really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You can see why we hosted one of those every month for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, of course, with that group, we would also have a chance to break off into treatment rooms, and, everybody would get
practice.
get on at the table and actually, have some work. But that's why in this healing circle, we'll just be the ones that give the work.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, Colleen said that was nice. I have a few tears rolling down my cheeks now.
No.
Well, I love that, Colleen. I mean, we are a family, right? Whether we know each other or not in person, when we come together like this and we do this kind of work together, we are deeply connected.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it reminds us of how truly connected we really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Well, and how easily we can surpass time and space to work together. We don't have to be in the same proximity to really be able to come together in good work.
Right. And that we really can be a powerful force, even, spread all the way across the world.
Yep, absolutely.
That's, I think, a really important message now, particularly as we are all, isolating in various places. And some people posted that they're back in lockdown. Obviously, I'm in quarantine. I think it feels really good to remember that we can work together on the energy plane and get together on the energy plane, even when we can't in physical proximity.
Mm-hmm. So true. So true. Because, what do we have to wait for? We can be together now. We can work together now.
Right. We definitely can.
Well, and I think it's also a good reminder to all of us how powerful we truly are.
Oh, yeah.
We live in a society that in lots of ways renders us powerless, I think we forget how inherently powerful every single person on this planet is because they possess a soul, because that's who they are.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely, and yeah, certainly the world we're living in right now does not necessarily remind us of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lauren would like to buy the world a Coke. I remember those commercials, Lauren.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And I would take you up on that. I'm just saying.
Mhm. It was diet. Sorry.
Yeah, buy a Coke. Yeah. Well, we did intend on doing a few readings tonight. So if anyone has something they're working on, if you want some energy work or you would like a reading, throw it up there in the chat room. We will likely not get to everybody, but we'll grab a few and
Yeah.
do what we can. I will be honest, I am much more likely to take specific questions than I am general readings, just because we maximize our time that way. So if there's
Mhm.
something that you're working on or thinking about, throw it in there.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely like those.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Hopefully not.
I can. Is it pigs?
No, it's
Oh,
the Seahawks game.
it's the Seahawks game. Oh. Uh-oh.
It's being watched on the other side of the house from me, but something amazing must have just happened because I just heard an explosion in there.
Well, you have a loud husband and son. I've
Mm, they are very loud. Yeah.
Mhm.
And when I come out from this and be like, I could hear you, they'll be shocked.
Mhm.
Really? We were trying to be quiet. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, not so much.
Yeah, you were.
Well, I guess, we do have a question from Bianca.
Okay. Said I wanted to know more about my spiritual psychic gifts. I get so muddled sometimes and I can't figure them out. Ooh,
Mhm.
I like that. Yes. Do you want to take that question?
Yeah, absolutely. So, first of all, Bianca, the reason that you get so muddled is because you are an emotional empath. And so you take on a lot of emotional energy from other people, and that makes you muddled. Like you feel so much emotional stuff around you, in you. And so it makes it confusing. So that is actually your gift. And you will probably tell me, no, that's my curse, because that's what a lot of empaths say. But the reality is that if you learn to use this in a positive way, it can actually be very useful to helping other people and helping yourself. But a couple of things that you have to do is first, you have to learn to identify what is yours and what is someone else's. So feel around in your energy body a little bit. And, if you feel some anxiety, for example, ask yourself the question, is this mine or is this someone else's? And you will generally quickly know if you have something you are anxious about, it might be yours. But if it isn't, simply just push it out of your bubble and back to the person that it came from. Do that in your mind's eye. You get to work, you're feeling fine, and then suddenly you feel angry. It's probably a coworker that you're feeling. Push that energy back to them. It's theirs. You don't have to take it on or resolve it. You simply just acknowledge it. Acknowledging its presence is really important. One of the reasons that's really important is because it really helps you know where someone else is at in a situation. One of my favorite examples of this is you will be able to tell if today is a good day to ask for a raise at work or not because you can feel your boss. Check in with them. How do they feel? Does this feel like a good day or does this feel like a definitely not a good day? And you will be able to answer that question. So there are lots and lots of empath skills, and we can work on that more as we talk to you on the show, or you can call Katie or I on the lines that we work on, and we can work on it there as well. But that's the first thing, is to start really identifying, is this mine or is this someone else's? And if it's someone else's, giving it back to them. Your job is simply to identify it and return it. Really, really important skill to start with when you're working as an emotional empath.
hmm And as you do that, you make space for other gifts to emerge because you get buried under those layers. But
Right.
once you get through that stuff, then you really start seeing some of your other stuff come forward because that's not it. That's the tip of the iceberg.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Lauren said she could use a reading. She's not really sure what to ask. Lauren, here's what comes up for me with you. I would like to give you what's called a Merkabah clearing. It's a piece of energy work that helps to release anything you're carrying that's not serving you anymore. A much deeper clearing than what we just did with the bowl, of course. But
Mhm.
I feel like you are someone who has so many people that rely on them. And you have so many cords. You get these in your high heart, like right up through here above your heart chakra. That is really you end up with so much of your energy going elsewhere. And they're not like bad cords, like attachments, that they're not bad. They're emotional attachments people form to you that rely on you. And I feel like you've got a lot of them, and I'd really like to help you get rid of them. So what I want to do is a Merkaba clearing. So let's do that. I'll just do a whole body clearing, but that was really what I was thinking about was that spot right there. So let's focus. So I am going to start at your feet, commanding a Merkaba clearing, commanding billions of many points of light to flood your system now, completely healing, clearing, and releasing any and all energetic cords, connections, attachments, psychic attack, psychic debris, any energy that you're carrying that isn't serving you any longer, whether it is yours or other people's, anything that could be holding you back, holding you down, making you feel blocked or ill or tired, or any other undesirable energy at this time, commanding these energies to be healed and cleared and rendered neutral and inert through all directions of time now, through every cell of your physical body, every layer of your emotional body, and every fiber of your spirit body now. So I'm going to watch this move through you. The Merkaba is a sacred geometry shape that is well known for being really effective and efficient at clearing. If you could see this, it would look like billions of little blue vortexes of light just racing through every cell, every layer, every fiber, just releasing all of the things that we commanded. So I'm feeling a lot of pressure growing in your chest. Just know that that will go away when we get there. It's just kind of like starting at the basement and pushing everything to the ceiling. The energy just moves up as we're working. Some pressure up the side of your neck and into your jaw too. I'm feeling it on my right side, but it may not be for you. But that's a spot of tension for you. So we'll get that cleared and released as well as we go here. All right. Nice shift in your hips and lower back here. And moving up through your solar plexus and through your heart. Yeah, some old grief coming to the surface here and clearing. All right, now I'm going in on all of those cords I wanted to get out of that high heart space. We're going to pull every single one of them. We'll just heal those with love and return them. All right, moving on up through your throat. Big release here through the back of your neck, the backs of your shoulder, your shoulders, from your shoulder blades all the way to the tops of your shoulders, all the way to your neck, where your head and your neck connect. Lots of tension through there that we're releasing here. Good. All the way through your third eye and your crown. Good. And then going back to your feet and commanding a Merkaba blessing, commanding billions of many points of light to flood your system now, completely shifting your frequency to a place of peace, to a deep inner knowledge that all is well, to a place of confidence, and to a place of abundance, commanding these energies to shift through every cell of your physical body, every layer of your emotional body, and every fiber of your spirit body now. Good. And always the blessing is so much faster than the clearing. Good. Okay, Lauren, that's perfect. That I feel like is a perfect way to set you free, turn you loose from other people's stuff, and give you the chance to just feel yourself.
Nice. That's always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have Elizabeth.
Yeah, Elizabeth says, I feel like someone's trying to reach out from the other side. Lots of happenings around my house lately. I'm not sure how to find out who it is or how to communicate. I think she has an elemental in her house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the communication part is actually easier than you think.
Yeah.
Because you actually just have to ask. And a lot of people tell us, we ask all the time, well, did you ask them what they want?
Mm-hmm.
No. Do ask. The message will come, the answer will come in a lot of different ways. It might just come as a thought in your head. But you will get a feeling in your body that will give you an impression of why they're there and what they want. But don't be afraid to communicate when you feel something going on in your house. We've been set up, I think, in Western culture to really be afraid of things like this. And it's not anything to be afraid of.
No.
And it's entirely okay to just ask, who are you? Why are you here? What do you need from me? Because generally it is a need from you that they have, which is why they're around. And if you're sensitive enough to recognize that they're present, they are going to keep making some noise until they get your attention enough that you ask and that you speak up.
Yep. Yep, definitely. Huh. That's fun. And also, though, if you don't want them there, you can tell them to leave. You don't have to let anybody stay. If you don't like it, tell them they have to go.
Yep, absolutely. You have that right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do that, work on it, and then if you want some help with it later on, we'll help you with it. But definitely, I love Kristi's theory of empowering you guys to ask for yourself. Yeah. I will tell you, Elizabeth, I feel like whatever is in your house feels to me like it's a fairly light energy. I don't feel like this is nefarious at all. I actually feel some mischief around it. I'm not worried about it, in that sense. But yeah, see what you can do. I like that a lot. Yeah. Okay, let's see. JR said health, education, family, romantic relationships.
That's a big list.
Right? You want to just grab one?
Sure. Health just keeps jumping out at me for you, JR. And I feel like you have a lot of stress-related symptoms. And that getting into a very regular stress-relieving self-care practice is super important for you, for your health, for your mental health and your physical health. And so it can be something as simple as just scheduling yourself 10 minutes a day to meditate or pray or write in a journal. It doesn't matter really what it is. It just matters that you do it. Maybe you take a walk and listen to your favorite music, or maybe you take a walk and listen to nothing and just have a break from everything. But I feel like a 10 minutes a day me time plan is really, really important for you. And you're going to find that it really improves your mental and emotional health. But I also feel like it's going to improve your relationships too, because I feel a pretty large amount of resentment from you for a lot of things that are going on in your life. Not to minimize them, because I'm not at all, but it doesn't help you to feel that. And so if you can have some time away, some space, even just a few minutes at a time that you designate as you time, I feel like it will help a lot. So just identify, 10, 15 minutes a day. What is it that you want to do? It can be anything. It doesn't have to be anything really major. It just needs to be only time for you and nobody else.
Definitely. It's so good. And also, JR, give yourself so much credit for how far you have come. You have done so much work on yourself here in the past few years. And, even though there are, things that you're still working on, wow, you have come a long ways. And I think you deserve the credit for that. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Cranky said that she's at a crossroads with her career, looking for a new career. Am I too old? You are absolutely not too old.
No.
You're not too old. You're still going to be in the workforce for a while. And so having something that you really like and that you're comfortable in, I feel like is going to be key for you. So definitely not too old. And I feel like at this point right now, I don't feel like there's a wrong answer for you. I feel like the things to consider are, What style of people do you want to work with? What kind of people do you want to work with? How
Mhm.
physical of a job do you really want to have? Because I'm suspecting this is more of, an officey kind of job at this point rather than anything that's more physical than that. But also, where do you want to work? What sounds amazing to you? You are absolutely not too old. I could even see you taking an online training or something like that that helps put you, a little more in the driver's seat of wanting to, or, being able to pick something else up. But I
Yeah.
suspect that you will. It's my prediction that by somewhere around June, you have made a transition into something else and that you're doing something you really enjoy doing. So that's my prediction for you because I feel like that's what is going to happen there's a big if you get going on it. I don't think you'll do much until the first of the year. I think just because of the way of the world right now, you'll be a little, standing in one place. But after the first of the year, maybe even into February, that's where I feel like you'll start really taking action and we'll see a change for you. It is going to come.
Mhm.
Okay. Gigi says, I don't really seem to be able to find my path. What do you see?
I want to answer
Hmm.
this because I
Yes.
love this. Um, Here's the thing, Gigi. You are most definitely already on your path. It's just how you're defining it that's holding you up. Our path is really just about who we are as a person and if we are actively expressing that into the world. If we're using it to be kind to other people and loving and giving and supportive in whatever way that is. And you're already doing it. It's not like you have to do the right job or, find the right outlet for your gifts for that to be your path. It really isn't for you. It is simply you just being you. You make other people's lives better just by being you, just by being present with them. I bet people have told you that I feel better when I'm around you. I like talking to you because it makes me feel good. Those kinds of things. That is your path. You're on
Mhm.
it. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And I would add to that, study your ancestry.
Hmm.
There's some keys to you. There's some clues to you in what would resonate with you as far as a spiritual path is concerned in your ancestors. I feel like that your ancestors are really running in your blood. And if you would understand or could understand a little bit more about where you came from, and I don't mean like one or two or three generations back, I mean like deep into your ancestry,
Hmm.
I feel like you'll find some path of spirituality there that resonates with you in a way that nothing else really has. I think you've tried a lot of things that are okay, but don't really stick. But that's where it's at for me with you.
Nice. I like that.
Okay, let's see. Marilyn said, I constantly feel people's sadness and pain, those known and unknown to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, you are just such an empath, Marilyn. You've done it your whole life. Uh, I would wager that when you were a kid, you were one of those little ones who always had a tummy ache or a
Mhm.
headache. Tummy
Mhm.
ache when you were in grade school, probably headache in junior high and high school. But
Mhm.
because you were feeling so much of other people's stuff, I also feel like many of your decisions in your life have been made on what would make other people feel good or make other people happy versus what actually works for you.
Yeah.
I feel like you have been in and stayed in relationships and friendships that way that were super unhealthy, but you were doing the thing, you were keeping other people happy. And I feel like you have many times been stomped on because you just couldn't hurt somebody because it
Yeah.
hurts you too.
Yeah.
But I also feel like this has created a place of social anxiety for you that makes it hard for you to even want to leave your house.
Mhm.
And yet you do because other people want you to. And so, it's a tough one. And we've talked about it a little bit already tonight. And I'm seeing that really what we need to do is do a whole empath show. And so maybe
Yeah, we
next week
do. Let's
we'll
do.
do, yeah, a whole empath show.
We like to call it empath boot camp.
Yes,
So
I love
we will
it.
do that next week. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's a great idea. Although, will it be on Thursday?
Oh, it's
There's Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Hmm.
I guess it could be because it's not like we're going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm actually down to do it on Thanksgiving, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I'm fine with it as well. And if
Yeah.
you can't listen live, of course you can listen after
Mhm.
the fact.
So, Marilyn, what I'd like to do for you tonight, though, is wrap you up in aluminum. So, one of the theories that I practice is ethereal metals, and ethereal metals are really effective in shielding. So, I'm going to wrap you up in aluminum. Think back to that saying we'd say in grade school. I'm now I can't say it. That's ridiculous.
I'm rubber
I'm
and you're
rubber and
glue.
you're glue. Yeah. Think of it like that. Aluminum really helps to just send everybody else's stuff back. Because I think this upcoming week will probably be a little painful one for you. So let's do that now. And
Mhm.
then watch for that show next week about empaths, because that's you. And we'll work with you. We'll work on these skills. So,
Mhm.
but I'm going to go ahead and call in the ethereal element of aluminum. I'm going to wrap you up in it like an egg. From your feet to the top of your head. We're just holding space that will continue to reflect other people's energies back to them and keep you safe in your little happy space here. Okay, good. So that's done. But we'll continue to work on this with you, Marilyn, I promise. Okay. Colleen said, any tips for raising indigo children? And we'll do a lot more work with indigos too, but
Put on your seatbelt. No, just kidding.
yeah. Recognize that you're their parent for a reason,
Mhm.
because you can understand them. One of my biggest things with indigos is to make sure they have tons of choices.
Mhm.
Indigos are so freaking stubborn, and it's
Yeah.
just a lot of them are like tiny adults.
Mhm.
And that can be really annoying for the adults around them sometimes, or just challenging. Lots of choices, yeah, I think is really important. Keeping the energy in your home really stable is extremely important.
Well, in hearing them out, they really have a lot of opinions, and they
Mhm,
need to be heard out, even as small children,
mhm,
but as they get older as well, they
mhm.
need you to hear the indigo that I have raised is 25 now, but they're talkers. They want
Yeah,
to tell you their theories, their plans for how they're gonna fix the world, they wanna tell
mhm,
you those things. Let them do it. They need to speak those things. I think that they learn through hearing things,
yeah.
in a lot of ways, and so I think that's really important.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. And if they don't wanna do something, they don't wanna go to a certain place, or they have an opinion about something, listen, yes, they know, you know?
Mhm.
These are crazy psychic, and so if there's something that they're putting the brakes on, see what you
Trust
can
it.
do to honor that. Yep, and
Yeah,
trust that. Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, Kat would like to know, she said, "I would like to know if we are making the right decision with our son." Yeah, I feel like definitively, yes, you are. I
Mhm, I
will
do
tell
too.
you that I feel like in about 4 months, there's going to be a bit of a change of course, and what you're doing now isn't going to be exactly what you'll be doing then, that, something will shift that will change the way you're coping with the situation a little bit, and that's okay to be resilient, to change with them, but I feel like at this point, yes, my answer for you is that yes, it feels to me like you are. And also, big hugs to you, mom, because I know that
Mhm,
you've had a ton on your plate and you're doing the best you
definitely.
can, and you're doing
Well, and
great.
I
Great.
just wanna say this to you. You are the expert on your child and your family,
Mhm.
and it's okay to stand up for that and say that, and it's okay to do the thing that feels right to you and not let anybody push you on it because you know better than anybody does.
Yep. Yep, yep. Okay, let's see. Hello, Alan. Alan said, hello, pleasant days and pleasant nights to all my friends and relations. Hello, room. Hello, ladies. Hello, Alan.
Hello. Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Let's see. Mouth of the South said, I have a lot of tension and pain in my neck and down my shoulders. I just can't seem to get it to relax. It felt better for a couple of days after you cleared my chakras, but it came back. Christy, do you want to take a look at that?
Yeah,
And I'm going to
absolutely.
move on to Melissa. So,
Okay, so
yeah,
yeah, I'm ready.
okay.
So, Mouth of the South, I feel like you have someone who continually attaches to you. This is a person who is triggered by you, and so it's the same attachment that we cleared last time. I'm going to clear it again. And then I want you to think about shielding yourself from people who are pretty reactive around you right now. One of my favorite ways to do that is to, in your mind's eye, create a wall of bulletproof glass between you and them. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel like that is a bad thing or that you're placing a barrier between your relationship or something. You're not. You're just protecting yourself. Sometimes people are very reactive and are just firing energy off at everybody else rather than taking responsibility for themselves. And that's what this feels like to me. So, in your mind's eye, build that wall of bulletproof glass between the two of you. And just make a point of setting boundaries and not putting yourself in situations where you get attacked. It's okay to say no and step back, because I just feel like this is an ongoing situation and that's why it's returned.
Mm-hmm.
But I did clear it for you now, and so now it's just for you to work on the boundaries.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Melissa lost her daughter last year, and she's been feeling
So
really
sorry.
depressed. She does say that she feels like her daughter is around her. She feels her, but she's feeling really lost, which, as we know, is a really normal thing to go through when you lose a child. I don't know that there's really anything more painful on the planet than losing a child, as you know, Melissa. And so, of course, on that front, our hearts absolutely go out to you. I want to tell you that I feel like your daughter is very much with you. I hear this cute laugh around her, kind of a mischievous giggle that just makes me kind of smile. I feel like she is very aware of you. She tells me that the depression for you and that feeling lost energy, that she feels like it's because there's a bond between the two of you that you're unable to feel. Uh, that you could feel that when she was here on, in person, but you don't feel it now as much, and that you're kind of always reaching for something that you just aren't feeling. The thing is, it's there. It's just that you can't feel it the same way. So she's asking me to do a little bit of work strengthening that between the two of your hearts. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm just pulling a silver thread out of your heart and running it through hers, because she has a soul. She still has a heart chakra of sorts. It's different than the one you have in your, in the physical, but she still has that, of course. So I'm just winding that thread between the two of your hearts to just draw her, to connect you a little bit closer. She tells me that she's been trying to come through for you in dreams. She says that she's not been as successful as she'd like to be, but that's something she'll continue to work on with you. She says she does worry about the depression because of the apathy, because things that you used to care about have really lost their luster, and she worries about that. I'm going to tell you, Melissa, that I feel like you would do well to take every step you need to help work on the depression piece, because she really wants you to be able to move into a brighter place. Now, I don't say that to create any guilt in you. So don't do that to yourself, right? This isn't about guilt. She just wants you to feel free to and not feel bad about enjoying things. She said that there's been a part of you that almost beats yourself up, like you're almost afraid to be happy or enjoy life, because how dare you do that when your daughter is dead? And she wants you to know that that's actually exactly what she wants for you, is to find some things to enjoy and to get excited about. If you're not already getting some therapy, I hope that you'll consider it. I feel like it would be really good for you. I
Definitely.
feel like talking to your doctor or your naturopath about the depression, if you haven't already, I would really, really like to encourage you to do that. There is something better out here for you, Melissa, and I feel like you're going to get there with her love and support, because it's all over you,
Yeah,
and with just continuing to reach out a little bit to get that, to help get you over the hump here. Yeah. So sending so much love to you.
definitely.
Okay.
We are just about out of time here.
We are. We've got 3 minutes. So Cheyenne says my anxiety has been worse than normal the last couple of days, especially. Just wondering if there might be a reason for that I'm not realizing yet. it could really be collective too. What do you
Mm,
think?
I think it is collective. That's my sense of it, is that you're reacting to what's going on all around the world right now, that it's not really anything to do with you or your life any more than usual, but that you're feeling a lot of energy and a lot of emotion going around from other people, because there are a lot of things happening right now. One of the best things that you can do when you feel that is just send love from your heart out into the world, kind of like we did in the healing circle, to help send love to whoever needs it, to whatever situation needs it. That will help to ease your anxiety quite a lot, because I feel like you're just feeling that need that is out there right now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, Alan says, I'm a Northern Arapaho, Oglala, Lakota, or Native American. I have many questions, but my one question, I was told a prophecy when I was born, and I was born with a veil. A Jewish doctor made a prediction. I'm a little bit unsure what the question is, if you're asking
Mhm.
what the prediction is or exactly what the question was, Alan, but I'm going to tell you this. There is so much healing medicine in you. I feel like if you have done any past life work, you would discover that you have so many past lives where you were a healer, where you were somebody who brought big changes to your people. And I feel like that is exactly what you're working on in this life as well. Uh,
Mhm.
being a voice, for those that don't have one. I mean, you have quite the warrior spirit too, but you're a healer. You are a healer at heart. And I hope that that is a practice that you're embracing in this lifetime because that's who you are.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
most
I'd love to hear
definitely.
more about the prophecy if you have anything more to share on that. That's very interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. Last one we have time for is Misty. Am I where I should be relationship wise?
I feel kinda some apathy there, Misty.
Me too.
I'm not sure that the relationship is wrong so much as the relationship has stopped being the focus. And
Yeah.
so I feel like, you need to find a way to have some more fun and make it fun and interesting again. I just feel like it's a minor tweak.
Yeah. That there's some flatness here that needs
Mhm.
some attention.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Oh, Melissa said, thank you so much. My daughter was a medium. Boy, that doesn't surprise me, Melissa, the way her heart is wrapped around yours. Yep. So let's
That's
expect
cool.
more dreams from her. Let's let her in
Yeah,
and expect more dreams from her. And she's going
definitely.
to keep propping you up. All righty, you guys. I'm sorry. I know we didn't get to quite everybody, but we've got to call it a night. But, come back next week and work on we'll do an empaths boot camp show. That's going to help. And for you guys that have empathic kids or indigo kids or kids, let's just say kids.
Mhm.
and those of you that are raising yourselves, that's like we all are. This will be something
Mhm.
that helps you, I promise. So,
Definitely.
and of course, we'll be back Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with new true crime episodes. We'll be
Yeah.
back next Wednesday night with an updates show, and then we'll be back next Thursday night. So, you guys be well. Please take good care of yourselves. And we'll put it, of course, in the description of this show. We will put ways to contact us, either one of us
Mhm.
for a reading, or if you want to come over and, see what else we have going on. We both have quite a few things happening. So,
We do.
thanks so much for being here. We are Katie and Kristi with True Crime Paranormal. And you guys take care and have a great night.
Bye, everybody.